This is a postcard from Charles Manson. He sent this to me when I was only 17 years old. I didn't think he would actually write back. I was just curious, what does someone like this think about life? I sent all kinds of crazy ideas. What do you think about God?
Dear
What
Charles
is
Manson.
your ideas about the afterlife? Casual teenage stuff. In retrospect, it's like such a huge red flag if my parents were to find out, because I didn't even tell anybody until I got the letter in the mail. And I saw it was a prison. I was like, a prison? Charles has received your correspondence and sends his regards, along with some handwritten stuff here. I remember holding the envelope and feeling my body tense up, and getting that feeling as if someone's kind of watching you somewhere. Absolutely answered none of my questions, and I'll read the whole thing at the end. Before we get to the letter, let's talk about who Charles Manson is. Charles Manson was born in 1934 to a 16-year-old single mother. He was basically an orphan in the streets, raised in reform schools and in and out of prison.
Tell me in a sentence who you are.
Nobody. I'm nobody. I'm a tramp, a bum, a hobo. I'm a boxcar and a jug of wine. And a straight razor if you get too close to me.
By the time the 60s came, he was out and living in San Francisco during the peak of the counterculture movement. LSD, free love, flowers, all the good stuff.
I know your fears.
He tried to make it as a musician.
I see through your mind.
And he even lived with the Beach Boys for a while.
When Brother Recording Company from the Beach Boys was taking music that was coming out of the penitentiary and singing, "In my room, I put out good vibration."
And in the whirlwind of his charisma, he attracted some younger girl followers, which went on to be known as the Manson family.
Charlie has all the fear. Everybody has given their fear to Charlie. So when Charlie gets out, it's on. The revolution is on. Because he's a spark. He's a light.
Young girls, supposedly under the spell of a bearded Svengali, who allegedly masterminded the 7 murders. One of the girls was only 16 years old.
I'm tired of this caveman trip. I'm gonna take over everything. I already did. We put it in motion.
The Manson family lived at an abandoned movie ranch outside Los Angeles, California.
Manson's murder plot was put into motion on the Spawn Ranch shortly after Manson's musical career fell apart. There was a sinister new face around now, Charles Watson, Tex. He'd been a high school athlete, a straight arrow. Now at Spawn Ranch, Tex started to say, "I am Charlie. And Charlie is me."
This has got the whole checklist of hippie commune cliches. It's got the Kool-Aid, it's got the ganja, it's got the pretty girls, the runaways, the music, and of course, it's got the part where it turns into a murderous cult and they go and kill a celebrity that's pregnant and cuts her baby out of her stomach, writes crazy messages on the walls, and the typical progression. August 1969. A calm summer night in Los Angeles. The crickets are chirping. Cars are driving past. The Manson family decides to commit a series of murders. First, actress Sharon Tate, 8 months pregnant, brutally murdered in her home.
A scene described by one investigator as reminiscent of a weird religious rite. 5 persons, including actress Sharon Tate, were found dead at the home of Miss Tate and her husband, screen director Roman Polanski. Miss Tate, who starred in Valley of the Dolls, was 8 months pregnant and was found in a bikini-type nightgown with a rope around her neck attached to the body of a man.
The word pig and helter-skelter written on the walls in her blood. This was a big deal in the United States. This was Sharon Tate, a Hollywood actress married to Roman Polanski. This shocked the entire country.
The word war was carved into LaBianca's chest, and death to pigs was smeared in the blood of one of the victims. The word pig had been scrawled in blood on the door of the Bel Air mansion, where actress Sharon Tate and 4 others were slain.
Even today, that name, Charles Manson, sits in the list of famous boogeymen, despite being on that list of notorious serial killers. Manson wasn't there. And it's a little weird, but if I convinced you to kill someone and you killed someone, you're really gonna charge me for it? Like, hey, you did the... Just because I was talking crazy with you and you went and did something, I don't know, maybe there is some legal case there.
The media followed the police in calling Manson the leader, the mind behind the murders. But, as Manson puts it, he was turned into a monster by reporters, and to this day, he denies everything about the murders.
You see what I'm saying? You don't have any idea what the hell's going on. If you knew what the hell was going on in your own system, then you'd say, now I see what's creating this. Society's creating it. Society's saying, we want these Rambos. We want these killers. Oh, wow, man. Look at that dude there. And you got little kids looking in the book and where they selling in the, oh, yeah, Sears and Roebuck. I'm not this clown that you guys play acted down here with this helter-skelter trip-ass train. I didn't do what they said I did. I haven't ordered anybody to do anything except what their own love dictates to them as an individual. I've never killed anyone. I don't need to kill anyone. I think it. I have it here. I've lived and died by my words all my life. For 45 years in prison. I keep my word. My word is my bond. I walk on my word. I live on my word.
Do you want the world to let you alone and turn away?
Listen. I broke no law. Try to understand that. I broke no law. I told you what I told him. If you're going to move and you're going to do something, do it with your soul and your heart. Do it right, man. Don't half-step on it.
Did they do it right?
I don't know. That's up to them. They live with that. They're responsible for their actions. I'm responsible for my actions.
Some say it was more than just a murder. There's actually a lot of evidence to suggest that this whole thing was orchestrated, marionette puppeteered by the CIA. That this was a PSYOP, an MK Ultra program to diminish and demonize the revolutions that were uprising all throughout the culture in the United States. You have the hippie movement, you have the Black Panther, the civil rights movement springing up all around. People are waking up. You have the LSD, the psychedelic culture shaping and awakening the consciousness of a generation. This isn't good when you're trying to have wars and maintain the military-industrial complex, which is happening at the same time in Vietnam, and they're dropping nukes, and they say, I don't know, that this was one of the ways that the movements were demonized, but that's a whole nother story. All around the country, people sat in front of their TVs just to see what would happen next.
Manson today dismissed his court-appointed attorney and again demanded that he represent himself. The judge said no. Manson then blew up and hurled a paperback copy of the U.S. Constitution into a wastebasket.
I don't accept the whole situation. You know, like I was in the desert minding my business. This confusion belongs to you. It's your confusion. I don't have any confusion. I don't have any guilt. I know what I've done.
The girls carved X's into their foreheads, and they even laughed at the murderers.
Would you answer a couple of questions for us?
What did you think of this morning's proceedings, Susan?
I didn't think anything about it.
Are you sane? Sane? Yes. That's relative.
Turn around once, girls, will you? Come on here, girls.
He'll be out. All the people will be out.
What makes you so sure?
Angela Davis will be out. Bobby Seale will be out. There's a revolution.
When's the revolution?
Well, we haven't scheduled it. It's not our revolution. Black man's going to judge this world. For every blow he's received, for every blow, every person that's been stepped on by the system, it's going to all come back to you all at once.
You obviously can't sit here indefinitely.
The king, my love this world, to you I bring. You know, you can be.
He talks about how he received lots of fan mail and letters in general.
You get a lot of mail. Yeah. What do they say? Those letters.
Everybody's playing a different game with the thought. They're playing boats and planes and trains and rabbits and ducks and swings and hearts and little girls and
everything that you can think of when we started the rainbow.
It's so funny to think like little old me was just amongst that pile of weirdos writing this guy.
You're telling me that this is a postcard that he sent you?
You should get the block off of your phone, and then there's this 1-800-444-33330. There's like even too many digits, so I'm like, I don't know what he's, this doesn't make any sense.
She says Manson talked about himself.
He signed the Manson family.
And society.
He said, did you ever think that the thought in your head may not be yours? It's kind of creepy, but if you really read the letter and study the letter, some things does make sense.
In the 2010s, a woman named Afton moved to be closer to him. She started this fan site and even promoted his belief system, ATWA.
ATWA stands for Air, Trees, Water, and Animals.
Eventually, they filed for marriage.
I am Charles Manson's wife.
Wife? Are you married?
We are technically, the paperwork hasn't gone through yet, but we already consider each other to be husband and wife.
But allegedly, she was planning to do some weird stuff to his corpse. I don't know if she wrote about it, but she was gonna put him in this glass case and like charge tourists to see it. And once he found out, he was like, nah, bitch, that's even too crazy for me. I'm Charles Manson, and that's too much. I was just thinking about it just then, and I would let her do it. Come on, brother. You're Charles Manson. What else is... Just put your dead body in the case.
Tonight's reading comes to you straight from the penitentiary somewhere out west. This is a handwritten poem sent to me directly from Charles Manson to Dakota. My sons are coming. My sons are coming from the sun, at war with everything, polluting my life on earth. They are at war with negative forces. I am the public voice of the ATWA tribe. Air, trees, water, animals. My colors are horses. My life is true man. Charles Manson. There he is. He wrote my name all wrong. Dakota. Close enough. Pretty cool. I wrote Richard Ramirez also, but he didn't respond to me. The Night Stalker. Yeah, anyways. I don't know. I just find it so fascinating. Isn't it kind of a little interesting to think like these people that have made such choices in life that we can't even rationalize. What do you see when you look out into the world? That's the kind of things I want to ask them. I'm just curious. And as I'm saying this out loud, I realize that my behavior seems a little serial killer-y in itself, but nah, it's okay. I have done some crazy things. I watched a guy meditate on top of a dead body. I once covered myself in the ash of cremated humans for a ritual in India. Yeah, sometimes I write serial killers. Okay? Relax. Life is crazy, and I want to be a part of the craziness, you know? It's real. This is raw. Yeah, I don't know. I have no good excuse. It's just cool, okay?
Where is Charles Manson today? Well, he's probably in hell because he's dead, so...
I don't need to live in this physical realm. I walk around in the physical realm, and I put on the faces, and I talk, and I play, and it's just a big act, man. In the spiritual world is where I live. I exist in places you never even dreamed of. Drugs, LSD, I don't consider a drug. I don't consider peyote a drug. Those are more or less religiously significant awareness, mind-expanding apparatuses that come from the intelligence of the universe.
Life is God. All life, bugs, birds, trees, everything that's alive is God. The sun is God. But we've got God over here on a cross. We've got a dying man over here on a cross, and we're all kneeling down hoping that if we die, there's a better place somewhere else. I'm just a messenger of the truth.
God's messenger?
Life's messenger. We use the word God. The God hooks all the other words up. I'm the Pope. I'm 10 times the Pope. I'm 50 times the Pope. But I'm the Pope in the hills and in the mountains. I'm already out of here. This enclosure here, I'm out of here. My body is stuck here, but my thought is already gone. I'm brand new. Everything I do is always brand new. I'm on the premise of reality.
Well, this is where we part. I hope you liked this little insight into my life when I was younger. And if you want to see more videos, of course, check out my YouTube channel. I've got all kinds of crazy stuff on here, and I've got more crazy stuff to come. This next video I'm going to upload is about the time I was possessed during a ritual in Papua New Guinea. And I didn't even believe this stuff was possible until this moment. It really changed the way that I look at spirituality, actually, and confirmed a lot of things for me. And if you want to see a ton of videos that I had to delete, like hundreds of videos, they're all on my Patreon. There's a lot of really cool stuff in there, and that's one of the only places that it sees the light of day. There's also a second channel called Dakota's Magic Trip, where I post sort of stuff I can't post on here. And what else? Oh yeah, so Patreon. Please go to the Patreon, throw a couple bucks if you find this kind of content interesting and want to see more of it. And is there something? Subscribe, because you're gonna really like these next few stories that I'm going to share. Oh yeah, I went to Bohemian Grove one time. Maybe that'll come after the possession story. Twice, actually, I was inside Bohemian Grove. People don't believe me, but I've got the footage, so. Okay. Thank you for watching.